Alright folks, so last time we had a simple video for the folks who are just kind of curious, and now we can finally get into the more meaty aspect of the comic mode. So, let's see, why don't we start it again, and let's get someone with more setup for them. Alright, so we have Neo here, and as you can see now, let's just get this down. You can see he has a lot of poses here, right? So first thing I wanted to say was that to help kind of organize these, as you can see on the bottom, we have ways to, so these are all separated into different poses, and by default they're all here. But it might be easier to, as you get more familiar with them, it's just to get to the one you want to select the actual facial expression instead. And these are actually all linked to the hotkeys on your keyboard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. On the left hand side though. And of course, if you want to go back, you can always just go to all. And another thing is they actually have different set of clothes. Now some of them, like for this one for example, it's a beach episode thing that we're still kind of working on, so it might not be here this time around, but there are still plenty of outfits that you can switch to and play around with for a lot of the characters. And if they don't have the different alternate wardrobes, this button just wouldn't be there. And then of course there is, so for Faye as well, I think she has wings now, and for basically every pose, which is quite nice. Let's see. I'm just thinking we should do some kind of experiment with another aspect of this, which is the props. Right now it is one of the character, and eventually we're going to pull this out to somewhere that makes more sense, probably around here on the side too. We might just have a new tab for them, but right now they're all characters, and as you can see, they're just a list of all kinds of random props that you can use, and you can actually get quite creative with it. So let's just get a character on there to try. I was gonna do Faye because, but you know, it might be feels kind of weird to be mean to her. So why don't we This looks like a punchable face, so I think that's a great candidate for us. And let's just get a background as well, just to help us to get. Okay, I actually think we have his room here, Neo's room, which right here. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, all of these by the way are by all the Freebird artists. Most of them are by George, who helped refine the portraits here, and the portraits originally, the designs were by Dell, who also helped make the comic recently, Bestest Dancers, which is just a wonderful work, which is actually out for physical copy now, by the way. In the meantime, let's see. So now that we have him in his prime with his punchable face, we have the background here. By the way, as you can see, you can scale this background as per usual, and we can rotate it upside down. Or we had someone, Merlinese from the team, who did this kind of clever thing where he was doing like this airplane mode thing. Let's see. I think there was a plane interior. By the way, over here on the list, you can press a key on the keyboard to go to, like, say I press P and it go into the plane. Or say there's a golden toilet, so I press G and it highlights the Golden Lobster Hotel. Okay, that is something too. But let's go to where was I? The plane interior, right? So I was saying, oh, you might want to drag these ordered, by the way, because sometimes if you drag something that doesn't show up, it might just be hidden by underneath one of the other layers. So Lenny did something interesting where he'd had a kind of plane crash or turbulence scenario. So he had like the plane rotated, and it actually felt quite on theme. So there's some stuff you can do with just like simple tools like this. And flip, by the way, and if there's ever a situation where you've done too much and you want to reset it, this is a reset key. Just press it. Same with character. If it's alright, we just gotta select the layer we want to modify, and it will be activated. So to do similarly scale, you know, how big you want them. I think we could actually have more room here. And ooh, tiny Neo. You can actually have a lot of them too. At some point we might just be able to copy paste them, but you know, you can just have really just drop all the Neos here, right? And just one more for boy band. Okay, anyway. Sometimes I get lazy and I do, instead of deleting it, I just like drag the background over top and pretend nothing exists down here. Anyway, so right, we're actually going to show the props, so let's do that. So now we have them here. Wait, that's not the punchable one. This one is, I think. Oh right, we made them tiny. Okay, that's okay. And let's get his room back here and reset it. So, or anytime, by the way, because sometimes like the colors are altered when the thing is selected, right? The thing selected is kind of highlighted and everything else is darkened, and you have to press escape to deselect it, or maybe just press somewhere here without an actual layer to deselect it, or you can just press preview. We're still thinking about how to do this more efficiently. So anyway, so now you can just drag items right here. And we can also have dialogue. So earlier we used this one, right, which comes with one of these squiggles that point to it. Let's delete this. But something else you can do, because this position is kind of rigid. So you can just place the one without the squiggle and say okay. Oh, we didn't have it. Okay, so by the way, okay, I'm just gonna do this first. Maybe we'll scale this out like this a little bit. So you see, now it doesn't have the squiggle. So how do you know he said it if there's another character here? So the squiggles are here. We'll probably add more of these later. We can just drag here. You can rotate, scale, and rotate these just like any other image. And rotate it, can point it directly to him, and voila. So you can basically do this to customize the bubble to point to anywhere. And similarly, here's the one for thought bubble. And this is something that the use of this is actually for connecting. For those who are not familiar with these things, it's to connect one bubble to another, right? So I can also rotate it. It doesn't have to be perfect, honestly. So then you have one more bubble, maybe here, and can maybe get this to the beneath the layer to look more right. There you go. So you select this, you go to the text. Okay. So now while you have the text edited, while you have the text editing mode on, that is to say, like this cursor appears, you can actually adjust the font size here as well, right? And similarly, you can make bold. Bold you have to highlight, like these ones, bold, italic. So let's bold everything, for example, and we can make the should italic, and then just we can make everything a different color. You should. Okay, great. Now we don't feel bad being mean to him, right? So first of all, oh yeah, I think George just added this explosion. All right. Let's give him a hat, why not? That's not too bad. I mean, a lot of these, as you notice, it's not perfect, but it works, and you can do certain things to, like, for example, to get this to look more right, to avoid the arm thing. See, that's better. And there are a lot of hats, I suppose. Huh. I've always wondered what it looks like to wear glasses on top of another glasses. That's a mood. Alright. It's kind of hard to I think I picked... That's kind of present too. Okay. Wait, this reminds me of a bad aged Justin Timberlake video. Okay. Well, you know what? The point is just to show what's going on here, right? So you can imagine the possibilities. And we actually had the art director, son, he had we were just trying things out one day, and he had this thing where he wasn't sure at first what this was for, and he just did something like this, and it just came right out of like a Junji Ito thing. But of course, like, you can just play around with a lot of these, and it's surprising the kind of ideas you might have that come out of them. And of course, you can have more people here too. For example, this is the actually pretty scary at the right. Yeah, probably not. Okay, let's soft delete that by hiding it. Okay. Yeah, so Dell's portrait style is so fitting for the series, I have to say. And I'm glad George touched up on them too to make everything consistent. And as you can see, we have so many characters here, even Risebot. You know what? Let's just go to a different. But yeah, by the way, you can like copy paste this thing over, and you can also use, if you have a blank one available, you can just use it as a quick delete too. So let me think what else there is to say. Actually, honestly, for the comic mode, this might be pretty much it. It's very intuitive to use, and I have to say, like, this is such a good idea. I think Sita was the one who brought this up, and he helped refine a bunch of the ideas as well. And it's obviously the developer. So yeah, this is great stuff, Sita. I think people use this is a bad, no, this is very bad. Okay, let's not have that. And this is better. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're trying to. So we had to nerf the gun literally. This is a BB gun, right? It has red tip and everything, so I think that's alright. So yeah, you know what? There's not too much to say here. I think pretty much all the stuff. Oh right, one more thing. So if there's oh wait, actually, what you can do. It's pretty fun. Okay, so I was saying something you can also do. This A here is just dialogue without any bubbles, right? So size smaller, and if you want to scale this size, this just don't highlight the text as a text editing mode, and then this bubble can get selected, and then you want to make text smaller again, just highlight the text, make it smaller. Now we have more room to write stuff, right? By the way, if anyone has any suggestions, always just let me know. Let any of us know on Discord. Just look at the description of the video for some links, and we're just trying to figure things out still as well. So I think this might, for some reason, the white text isn't. Oh, okay, it's working now. Yeah, and this is a kind of a early release as well. So yeah, so I hope everyone is kind of patient with us as we figure some things out and add some more features. So for example, right now for comic mode, we only have save as, and we can't open new project from here or open the options. And to quit, it just has to, you have to quit the the application and then re-enter, right? But eventually we'll get that fixed, probably pretty soon. So, but in the meantime, at least you can make all the functions of the comic. So let's quit this, and I just wanted to show you one more thing. Let's enter again. For those who have been using the scene version, which was the default AUP, the original version where you can make create scenes, right? That's kind of visual novelty. You can do music and video. Yeah, you can do music and sound effect and record it as a video, right? So something there's some really big improvements to this as well. And let's just try some of this stuff. Okay, so we can have a few different outfits as well, right? So I don't know what I'm writing. Just okay. Bear with me here. Is this going somewhere? I need to, there's something here. Okay, so the point is, so I wanted to show you this. So before, everything's kind of rigid, right? You have to add things in between and stuff like that. Now we can drag things around. Now we can, okay, except the starting location. You cannot change this, drag the starting location, right? Wait, oh, right, yeah, I just reversed the order. I was confused for a moment by what I was doing myself. Okay. So of course you can record this, and usually like it is kind of awkward when you start this and you have to record right away, or else you know the dialogue is always just constantly going. So sometimes I just add a pause here for like 1 second, so I can just click run and record fast, and now it starts before she shows up, right? So, and of course you can take screenshot, and similarly you can click this to go there. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, something else. I added a bunch of sounds, a bunch more sounds. So I should have done this before, but this is music, right? So even for music, I added a bunch of, just a lot more tracks from this game, from the game series here. So you can have more to play around with. Similarly with the sound effect and the music as well. And you can actually find a lot of these familiar if you've been playing the To the Moon series. It is kind of basically a lot of the sound effects, even the Rise bot stuff that I literally used in game, that I just brought them in here. Some little minor quirks to work out. For example, I noticed with the sound effect and here, this thing here is kind of broken right now. Originally, you can click this to open the folder to put stuff in there yourself too. But yeah, right now, we're going to fix this soon. Just some minor quirks. But it's nothing too bad, hopefully. Let's see. Oh, right, there's one more thing that is nice. Similarly, of course, here. This is actually... so you can use the arrow keys to navigate, of course, and you can use, press A to go to A. But right now, it's all in one thing, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 to switch between the poses. The preview wise, I think the scene mode has a nicer way to preview the portraits because it's so immediate, and the portraits, there's big space for it. But eventually we're going to try to find a way to get comic preview to be more improved as well. So one of the good things though is that there are some hotkeys. For example, over here, if you can see, you can actually navigate between the dialogues with this hotkey. And let's make this. Okay, so now it's more obvious. See, and of course, at any point, you can press this to create a new dialogue. Apply change and add it. So it's saved whatever you were working on and add a new dialogue entry. So now we can just do a new one. And it's here. So alright, so one more thing is there's 3 buttons here now, right? So you can make this whether I have the characters appear on top or underneath, but for this format usually you want it to be underneath anyway. And here you can adjust the position of the portrait, right? And this, not too much change here. Flip, it's in the middle, and preview, right? And yeah, so you can also adjust it, make the portrait go up and down and whatnot. But with this like this style of portrait, you wouldn't want to do that. You just want to keep it anchored to the bottom. But you can do right, middle, left, and flip. The text box though, so you might want to unlink this first. So this links the tubes position. So if you unlink it, now you can adjust the text box position. We might make this default to be unlinked because this was for something else a while back. Middle, yeah, maybe this can work sometimes, but still, what else? Right, so there's a hotkey too that I personally find very useful, which is page up and page down, and it helps you. It basically acts like these 2 buttons. It goes up, down, through the scrolls through the dialogues we have. However, if you have a background location change somewhere, it does cut it. So if you're here and you kind of get blocked by this, eventually we might fix it. We probably will fix it somehow. So anyway, you can press escape to exit this preview. And I think there's a way to set up bookmarks somewhere. I think you just press B. But yeah, okay. So if you want to start here, when you run, you want to start from here instead of like all the way here. You can just press B, like highlight this dialog and press B. And now if you run, see, it starts from here. And if you just press B again, it goes away and it starts from beginning, like normal, right? So I think that's about it. There are a lot more interesting backgrounds this time around, and these are non-blurred. They're all in SigCorp folder. The old ones are still in custom folder, and they're the blurred ones. There's maybe more variety. Wait, custom here. So there's some there's kind of a nice thing about blurred background as well. Maybe this is a little too much blurred, but there's like for a comic, for example, it does bring the character out more. So what we might eventually do is we might just have a standard for just like non-blurred background, because this is such a nice style and it goes well with the comic, right? But we might have like a minor blur toggle that automatically blurs whatever you have here. So for some situations that's kind of nice. And similarly, a toggle for, say, reducing character's opacity, or maybe a slider for that, which is more maybe useful for the comic mode. So the menu is here. This is okay. I'm gonna end this on this. So there is an options menu here. So for now, this is only accessible in the scene mode for some reason, but we will bring it to the title screen and the comic mode as well. So in here, you can select first of all, the screen resolution, which you have. So it's here, the 3 modes, and you can change the toggle to full screen or not, which acts immediately, and you can change the video capture resolution. This is the maximum is 1080. I think we defaulted to 720 for now, which just to save some file size. And show capture menu on play. I think this is just when you run and there's this export, or not export, but for like the scene mode, the visual novel mode, there's the record thing. Sometimes when you're working on it, you don't want that to show up because it's kind of annoying, gets in the way, right? So just toggle this off, and when you run, you won't see that. But I think if you mouse over, it'll still show up. So that's what this is. But yep, so these are pretty much what we have here. And as you can see, all these commands now you can place them around. And there's some hotkeys as well. I think if you press D, wait, not D. What is it? I think, oh, maybe not. Okay, but yeah, we will eventually get more organized with some of these shortcuts and stuff like that. And we will add new features and fix things as we get more feedback from the community. I think that we are planning to do a contest, which might already started by the time this video is published. Probably with the comic mode this time, and maybe the reward is perhaps a copy of the comic, the physical comic, Best Dancers by Dell, maybe signed by the team over here. But yeah, we'll include those instructions in the announcements. So again, thank you for your support, everyone, and I hope you guys enjoy this program. Right now, it is still a DLC in Imposter Factory because we're kind of publishing this, but eventually we will make this a standard standalone program app by itself on Steam and perhaps other places, and it will be free as well. So we even have some cameos from other games, and hopefully eventually the plan is for this program to be a community creation program, app of sorts that's just kind of gets your creative juice flowing with ready-made characters, and we will also make it more easily importable for custom characters. So yeah, it is a little fun tool. We're going to try to keep it free. In fact, I think we will keep it free, and yeah, we will release this out in the wild, stage by stage. So yeah, hope you enjoy it, and thank you for your time. Take care, everyone, and have fun.